Hey, what's going on, everyone? So we're going to do this a little bit differently today. We're going to break it down on my computer. You can see my face. Hopefully it's a little bit clearer than the software that I was using before. I want to break down this base running play in last night's Yankees-Dodgers game for the World Series. Dodgers were up 3-0, obviously. Must-win game for the Yankees. And in the bottom of the second, it was 2-0 Dodgers. We've got a runner at second base. Anthony Volpe's there. We've got one out. Wells is at the plate, and he's going to smash this ball to center field. Ball is crushed to center. Hernandez is going back. The ball is going to bounce off the very top of the wall, but Volpe tries to go back to second. Now he's going to run the third, and he's going to have to stop right there. They hold him up. He doesn't score, and now we've got second and third. So luckily, the next batter grounds out to first base. He ends up scoring. Wells moves over to third, but Wells potentially could have already been over at third base if Volpe didn't make this mistake, and it would have tied the game. Now, the Yankees ended up winning, so it didn't matter in the end, and Volpe had that huge grand slam to help the Yankees win. But I want to talk about what he should have done on this. He's a really, really good base runner, so obviously this is just a brain cramp. You can see when he gets to third base, he smashes his hand on his leg. He's pretty pissed off that he made this mistake. But let's talk about the coaching points and what he should have done. So we're going to rewind it real quick right here. Okay, so how you're taught when it comes to base running from second base is if there's nobody out and there's a fly ball that's taggable, you are going to tag up because you want to get to third base with less than 2 outs, because now a sac fly scores you. If the infield plays back, then a ground ball scores you. So there's a lot more ways to score in that situation. If there's 1 out, then what you're going to do is you're going to get off the bag. And so you can see right here, the ball is hit. So this ball is crushed. And if we just watch Volpe right here, he's going to turn. He starts to take a few steps back to the bag. And then he goes, oh, I got to get off the bag. So he starts to get off. But for some reason right here, he thinks that Kike is going to catch that ball. And he starts to retreat back to second base. Now, again, the reason that you want to make sure that you get off the base with 1 out is because with 1 out, if that ball lands, you have to score, right? This is the exact reason why. You have to score. And if you go back and that ball drops, well, now you're not going to score. You're only going to get to third base right here. Now, if the next batter strikes out, which the Yankees had done a ton of in the first 3 games, well, we get a strikeout and now we get a pop out and we are still down 2-0. If he does tag, right? So let's say he tags like he did, and let's say Kike makes a great catch. Well, now he moves up to third base because he tagged, but we have 2 outs. So there's not a huge advantage of being at third base with 2 outs. Now, yes, a pass ball wild pitch or maybe a chopper or an error, something like that might score you, but it's not worth moving up, again, in a situation like this where if you had just gotten off the bag, you would have scored. So you're giving up a run to potentially, if he catches it, all you're doing is moving up to third base, and now a sac fly doesn't score you, a ground ball to the infield doesn't score you. It has to be an error, wild pitch, pass ball, something like that to score you, which doesn't happen that frequently. And then again, the other thing that it does is you can watch Wells here, as Wells is rounding first, right here, he peeks over and sees Volpe. So now he has to stop. And if you look in center field, Hernandez is chasing the ball down. So Wells could have just kept rolling. He would have hit second. He would have went to third. He probably slides in safe. And now we've got another man on third. And again, now the defense has to make a decision. Do they move the infield in to try to take the run away at home? Do they play back and give up the run? If they play back, the ground ball scores them. If they play in, now it opens up a huge amount of holes. Maybe that ground ball gets through, and now the rally continues. So it really does change a lot of the game. So hopefully that makes sense. Again, just always think when you're on second base, every single pitch, I'm going through my head and I'm thinking, okay, nobody out, fly ball, I'm tagging. That's my first thing. I'm going back to tag. If there's 1 out, well, then I'm getting off. And the further this guy is running for the ball, so the further he is running, and especially when you see his numbers right here, that's a key also. You see his numbers right here. You see his numbers right there. As I see his numbers moving away from me, I know he's on a dead sprint. This is a really tough ball. I'm just getting off further and further from Volpe. I'm getting off, and then I score. If he makes a spectacular catch, then I just run back to the bag. Sometimes I can run back to the bag and tag up. Maybe he catches it, smashes into the wall, falls down. I can still tag up and move up. But again, I need to make sure if the ball drops that I am scoring. So let me know what you think about that in the comment section below. Luckily for the Yankees, again, they won. we've got Game 5 tonight. So excited to watch that game. Garrett Cole's on the mound for the Yankees. And we'll see if the series will go back to LA. So that's all I got. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Give it a thumbs up. All that good stuff. We'll talk to you later.